That's right. Greetings, fellow armchair Imagineers. Tiki here. And welcome to the Kickback Cafe, the show where we kick back, relax, and talk about anything but Disney. Woo. And today I have with me Mr. Pie on my cake.
Hello, everyone. It's
all right.
me.
So this is just a very standard, just Zelda. It's not just a Zelda playthrough. We're going to be playing through literally every game in my Switch library. I believe I have, let's see, I think 13 right now. Thank God for extra storage. I just got a new memory card, Pie, so I have this, there's this very nifty feature when you get a memory card, an all software feature. Boom. Nice. Extra storage space. So yeah, right now I have 13 games. We're going to be going through all 13 of these, but we're going to be starting with Zelda because Pie, Zelda is the one that you and I, you only own Zelda and Odyssey, right?
Yeah, I'm still starting out here.
It's okay. That's okay.
One or two of these
honestly,
I've
most
played.
of these games you see here are under $20, so.
Oh yeah, once I get a bit of money, I'm going to start expanding my library. And a few of these I've played not on the Switch, like Shuffle Knight, I play all the time.
Right, yeah, definitely. Like at least half of these are ports, if not more than half.
Yeah.
I think the only exclusives are like Zelda, Splatoon, Mario, Explosive Machine, I believe, is an exclusive.
I think so.
And I think that's about it. So yeah, really the beauty of the Switch in a lot of ways is its capabilities in terms of ports and just, being able to take anything on the road with you, including what we're playing right now, Breath of the Wild, just this giant, expansive open world.
Oh yeah. One of my favorite things about the Switch is that you can take it with you anywhere, and I didn't even expect to actually wind up using that because I don't do a lot of portable gaming.
I mean, honestly, just being able to like have it on your bed as opposed to your TV, because I haven't had a TV in my room for years because I just watch everything online.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things I was kind of worried about with the Switch was like, okay, is the handheld just going to be kind of like a watered down version of what the TV system is? And Pie, I've got to say, like, so far the Switch is like maybe my favorite video game system I've ever owned in the brief period of time that I've owned it. And yeah. I've experienced nothing like that. Like, I've only played it in handheld mode, and it's just been like a completely sublime gaming experience.
It really has. And like, I've noticed once or twice, like with Zelda, the draw distance is a bit lower on the handheld mode than it is on the TV, but really, there's not even much of a difference between the two. Fantastic.
All right, so is this the campfire that you said? Where am I going to cook?
Oh, it doesn't have a pot? I thought it did.
Damn it.
I know there's the one by the old man house. Did you do the shrine nearby that? Because I think you just walk over there. That's to the east of the eastern area here. We're trying to remember where places to cook in this Great Plateau area.
Right now, I need the snow shrine. I need the shrine that's going to give me the ice powers.
Yeah. Which
and
the ice powers
get to the snow shrine is going to be cooking peppers and just stocking up on items.
Yeah. I can't say for sure that would be the only place you could get a place to cook here, but it's the only one I know off the top of my head of that campfire doesn't have any way to cook.
Okay, well, maybe I'm just going to look around a little bit, see if I can find an enemy camp.
Yeah.
And while I'm looking around, that'll also give me time to forage for, like, other mushrooms and stuff to, use for health.
Oh, yeah. You can never have enough health items and mushrooms and apples. Like, where I am in the game, I need more of the like meats that you have to go hunting for and the bigger scale items. But for a while, I honestly would just spend like a half hour looking for apples and then fill up my inventory with fruits that are just apples cooked.
Right. Oh god. Oh god. Oh no. Oh god.
Yeah, that happens sometimes.
I hate this game for that reason, man. Honestly, like this game is not very accessible. This game does not treat new players nice, pie.
It really does just kind of throw you in the deep end. Like, hey, figure it out.
Like, fuck you. God.
It's a little bit nicer than some of the old Zelda games were. Like, at least they only let you be in the Great Plateau until you figure out the game. The original Legend of Zelda was, hey, just go anywhere and figure out what places will kill you
Oh,
slower than the
hello.
other places. I don't think they have a pot in the fireplace, but you can at least get their meat.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Damn it.
Wait, don't go up to them. Don't go up to them. Go to the left. There should be a little cliff with a rock you can push down. Yeah, just push that down and then watch what happens.
Oh, God. Wow. Come on. Oh, shit. Nice.
Yeah, there you go. I'll say that's one of my favorite things in this game is that for such an open world, there's so many distinct moments like that if you're looking, you can find of like, oh, they clearly set it up so that way you can use this ability, but also you could just hit them with your sword.
Ooh. Ooh, I like this giant skull.
Have you been to any of these yet?
I don't think so.
Ooh. The skulls are
There
cool.
wouldn't
They're
be a campfire
usually
in there, would there?
not usually, but there should be a treasure chest if you can defeat everyone.
Shit, well, I don't think it's worth it.
Maybe not right
Ah,
now. Skulls are
oof,
interesting because they're usually a bit more difficult than a regular enemy camp. And
huh.
especially later on, I've had a lot of trouble with some of the skulls before.
Okay.
But honestly, I find I use so many items and tools just
Okay, you
clearing
said there
out
was
the
one
enemy
by
camp.
another shrine.
Yeah, on the east side of the Great Plateau, there should be the old man's house. You should be able to just warp to a shrine that's nearby it.
Great. How do I get back to the map?
Should just be hit minus. Oh, there we
I
go.
got it.
Yeah, look to the south of where you are now. That goes straight down.
Is it this?
Nah, go down farther south on the map. It's somewhere in that forested area. I think if you honestly just walk to it, it might be faster than going to the shrine.
Is it this?
Yeah,
Are
but
you
honestly,
sure?
with where you are, it might be faster just to walk to it.
Okay.
Because it's just kind of in these trees, you'll find the old man's hut, and they can cook outside
In the
there.
trees that I'm heading towards right now?
Yeah, a bit farther in this forested area. It's something you won't miss.
Okay. I don't want to take up a ton of time with this
Yeah.
because we've got a lot of
That,
games to go.
yeah. That is sort of the tough thing is I wish cooking was easier to do on the fly. Like you can build fires, but you can't build fires that you can cook in.
Uh-huh.
And it makes it just sort of a pain when you want to cook things.
Okay, am I on the right track?
I think this is about it right here. Yep, there you go. You can see the fire. You can also raid his house for things if you want. Just
Naturally.
steal all that grand stuff like a straight up thief.
Ooh, hello.
The
Oh,
woodcut axe is one of my favorite weapons.
well. God, I still haven't even like gotten the control scheme for the menu down.
It takes some getting used to. With the Switch in general, I didn't like the controller at first. And with this game especially, I didn't like the way it was controlled and the way you move things. But once I started getting the hang of it, I found I really liked it. I dropped the torch, I think, because that's the weakest.
Well, yeah, but I can use that for the snow area though.
Okay, you can get warmth off of that. That's smart. I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. I think you should be fine if we cooked you enough spicy food, but can't hurt to keep it just in case, I guess.
Screw it. I mean, you can always like light a club on fire.
Yeah, fair enough. They give you a lot of flammable options.
Okay, so how do I delete this?
Just pick it
Oh,
and pick drop. You can also just, you can throw weapons? Like, if you hold down whatever the R1 is, you can just throw weapons away when you don't want them anymore. That way you don't have to go into the menu.
uh-huh.
Yeah, if you can find a fish and an animal to hunt to get some meat, you can cook something, and then the old man will
Wait,
give
don't I
you.
already have meat?
Yeah, and if you have a fish too, or if you know where you can get a fish, then you can cook something and he'll give you a jacket. But honestly, just cooking up a couple peppers works just as fine. And I don't really know where you can fish nearby, so.
Okay, so what do you suggest in terms of combinations?
Um, well, you only have 3 hearts right now, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just do 2 peppers. Like, just put 2 peppers together and make that a couple times, and
Okay.
that should get you through the cold. You don't want to be overcooking when right now you're low on supplies. So I tend to do more food or more meals with less health benefits. So if you do 2 mushrooms or 2 apples, you're going to get 2 hearts out of it.
Okay.
So if we're just getting you through the cold, I recommend peppers just paired together. And then for health items, I would just say do 2 or 3 mushrooms or 2 or 3 apples.
Gotcha. I'm trying to center my camera here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Honestly, I think as soon as I'm done cooking, I don't think I'm going to go for the shrine in the video because we have a lot more to get to. And everyone knows what Zelda is, and that's not what the video is about.
Fair enough.
Suffice to say, I've had a lot of trouble, just trying to get to this damn snow shrine.
Like, this game really doesn't give you a lot of direction. Like, later on, there's a bit more subtle direction, but for a game that has this whole tutorial section with the Great Plateau, it really still is just inviting you to learn how to do it yourself.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's honestly why I was kind of pissed that the open world wasn't available right at the start.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm like one of the few critics of the game, Pi.
I think people go a bit overboard talking about it being like the best game ever, but I still really like it overall.
I mean, I can see why people love it. I mean, it's definitely like it's got that expansive quality to it. But at the same time, I feel like I just feel like it lacks a pickup and play quality to it that I sort of instinctually am drawn to with my games.
It gets that more a little later on. Like once you get more used to the game, then it can be more, oh, I'll pick it up and just explore this area, just do this one section. But overall, it really is the type of game that isn't made for that. It's a you gotta sit here and that's your whole focus kind of game.
Oh shit, I just wasted a pepper.
Well, I'm sure it was yummy.
Just cooking away, cooking away. Is it okay if I just cook my whole inventory?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'd save things like monster parts and stuff like that you don't need right now.
Uh-huh.
Like, save anything that's monster parts or save anything that is too good of a meal item. Because you don't need more than like 2 or 3 hearts at a time right now. So mushrooms and apples can do it for you.
Right,
but
right.
Other than that, really, there's no sense saving most of these unless you want to sell them later.
All right, I'm about ready to move on, but do you know if the game's going to autosave where I am right now when I turn it back on?
It should autosave. I still always save manually because I don't trust computers.
Okay, show me how to save manually, because I don't even know how to do that.
You just hit the R button to go to where it says system. R1, the shoulder pad.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
It does, in my experience so far, autosave pretty frequently, but I always like to save myself right before I stop, just in case.
Okay, Pi, you know what we're going to do? I'm going to let you pick the selections, or pick the order of the games that we go in.
Ooh. Well, I think the game on here I know the least about is Infinite Minigolf, so why don't we go do that one next?
Okay, Infinite Minigolf should be an easy one to just quickly show off, do a couple rounds, and move on.
Okay. I'm a big fan of Minigolf in real life, and I tend to like it in games too.
To tell you the truth, I could see Infinite Minigolf being a tool that Armchair Imagineers use.
Is it like a design your own course type thing?
It's basically that with the community aesthetic of something like Mario Maker.
Nice. That could be really cool. I always like seeing people use different new and creative ways to expand their ideas and things on Armchair Imagineering.
Okay, so you get the game comes with 3 areas: the giant home, which is kind of like a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids type environment, and each one of these areas has different obstacles and hazards and whatnot that you can place in the courses.
That's cool.
There's Nightmare Mansion, which speaks for itself. Santa's Factory, obviously speaks for itself. And then there's free DLC that you can get, which is Tortuga, which is a pirate area. And then Hangar 37, I think it is, which is sci-fi.
That's cool.
So which of these would you like to play, Pi?
I gotta say, I'm always such a sucker for the oversized Honey, I Shrunk the Kids aesthetic. So I'm gonna go for Giant Home.
All right, let's do it.
Just something about it always sells me immediately on something. That's why I'm really excited for the Ratatouille ride coming to Epcot. I know there's a lot of debate about IPs in Epcot, and I get all that. But separate from the debate, I'm like, yay! I get to be in a giant world.
Okay, so the community aspect of this has its pros and cons, as you'll see very quickly. But, oh, wait. Wait, shoot, sorry. No, this isn't what I wanted to do. Darn it.
Visually, I like it so far. It's got a nice art style to it. Slightly cartoony, but not like overly stylistic.
Wait. Yeah, sorry, I keep pressing the wrong button.
I do it all the time. Like like I said, with the getting used to the Switch controller, I'm still getting used to it.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like I want to just take the button wheel on the right side and just rotate it by 90 degrees, so A is at the bottom and Y is at the top.
Okay.
So you say this game is a lot of online community based, right?
Yeah, and I'm trying to get to that.
Okay. Well, how well does that work if you have like a slower Wi-Fi if you're offline? Can you still play the game offline, or does it have to be online?
Well, here, let me show you the online component. There are single player courses, but definitely the big draw of it is the online gameplay, I would say.
Okay. So that's one thing I gotta consider because at the apartment I'm at right now, the Wi-Fi is not the greatest. So I always look into how good it's gonna be if I have to play offline.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't pick up Splatoon 2 for that reason.
Yeah, that's the type of game that looks like you really need a good connection to really have a lot of fun with. This looks crazy.
Yeah, these are all community levels, so let's just play a random course. I'm still getting used to the controls. I just bought this game yesterday. It's the newest one in my library.
Yeah.
So you set your player, and you use the right thumbstick to shoot. But here's the thing: it's very sensitive. So see what I did? I was trying to get like here. I'll show you. Like it's very easy to go full speed, and sometimes that can be very tricky.
Yeah, that's the type of thing I can see being a bit rough to control, especially with how crazy online courses can get. Like, I'm not even sure what's going on with that golf ball right now. Does it have like boosters in the course?
Okay, yeah, you see there's rockets which you can press A to give your ball a boost like here.
Oh,
So
that's
here
cool.
it'll happen right now. Let me oh shoot, I just wasted a stroke.
Oh,
Oops, I missed that. Maybe I fell back. No.
but there's like marbles or whatever power ups then.
Uh-huh.
It's neat mechanic to be worked in on it.
Ah, darn, this is tricky. Okay, see? Except I
There
fired
you
myself
go.
backwards. There we go.
That's cool.
See, am I being headed the right way? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just gonna head to another level. I'll just show off kind of like the
Yeah.
so the online component isn't perfect, although with this, honestly, like these courses are way better. Like some of them, like the DLC courses, I can tell like people haven't used as much because the creativity just isn't there as much.
Yeah.
I'll show you an example of if I can find one. Because a lot of times when I'm browsing this, it'll just be like a course that's literally just like a straight shot, like a standard tee, and I think this might be one of them.
Uh, that's always
Yeah,
the tough thing. Yeah.
and
The
that's
same
that's
thing kind
kind
of
of one
happened
of
with
the
Mario.
problems is that there are a lot of courses like that people just upload, which leads to like like yeah, technically it is infinite mini golf, but the infinite in that title, it's like there are a lot of courses that can just be beat with like an easy hole in one.
Yeah. And I'm sure with anything user generated, you're also going to get a lot that just aren't that great, too.
You can get a lot that are like uber tricky, Much like Mario Maker, there's really clever ones that are kind of like event-based, where it does take just one stroke and then the course does its work for you, but it's really cool to see the creativity that went into it.
Oh, yeah. I love things like that. They're not always the funnest for actual playing, since they can't play themselves, but they're always interesting to watch and see how much work went into them.
Now, you can kind of see, like, another problematic thing with this game is the slopes can be a little bit frustrating.
Yeah. I can see just from watching here that the slopes are kind of affect you a bit more than they should.
Uh-huh. But honestly, I feel like this is a great game to just have in your library if you... I mean, yeah, you're right. The online component is like, you really do like, because this is the big draw, right? Is,
yeah.
You know, just having all these different courses.
Yeah. The online's going to be hit or miss, but you still wind up with an infinite amount of mini golf holes to play, and mini golf's always fun.
Exactly. See, look at this. You can do like really crazy hazards.
I like how much freedom this game gives you. It looks really clever in how it does it.
And you can tell how in the Armchair Imagineering community, if we were to do something, you know, like a design a mini golf hole, like we could literally do something where, you know, that's sort of like framed around this game. I mean, that is assuming people had the Switch to play around with, obviously. But,
oh, yeah.
You know, I'm just saying, like, if there was, like, let's say there was a mini golf themed project and someone had this game, okay, here you can see how problematic the control stick is, where it's like, it's very hard to just land these, like, short shots.
Yeah. It's tough to say exactly, since I'm just watching the screen, so I can't say exactly how it's
like,
played,
even that, like, that should have gone in.
Yeah. It reminds me of, like, with Wii Golf, where the motion controls would always be, like, super sensitive, whereas, like...
And then, see, that was too far.
Yeah. I like they can push the Hot Wheel around, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, sometimes with the Wii Golf, you'll be shaking and it's like, one time it won't go anywhere, another time you'll be flying to the other side of the hole.
Exactly. It's frustrating.
Yeah.
So it's not the most intuitive mini golf game in the world. Like, I mean, I'm sure that if they put out Mario Golf, it'd be a far better play experience. But like I said, just the draw of this is just kind of like the user created, you know, content.
Oh, yeah. I like this almost more as a proof of concept than the game itself. Like, if they fix up the controls, expand things a bit more with it, this could be a really amazing experience.
As the price point goes, like it's only $50, really good. And for something that's infinite, you know, for something with a really fun user community attached to it, I feel like that's a really good price point.
Yeah. 10 to 15 is about what I would say this game should be priced, and keeping in that range, that's good for them.
Mm-hmm.
This feels a little bit like the type of game that, like, a year or two ago would have been released for like $60 on Walmart shelves to try and trick people into buying it.
Right. Okay, where do you want to go next, Pi?
You know, let's just start from the bottom and go up, and go ahead on to Mario Odyssey next.
Okay, Mario Odyssey, I actually am going to need to get up because that's one of the 3 games I have carts for.
Okay, well then let's save that one for later and go to Splatoon next,
which I also have a cart for.
Let's go on to Rocket League.
All right, Rocket League.
There we go. 3rd time's the charm.
So this is a game that I really haven't played a lot of. A coworker recommended it to me, and then I also saw it kind of pop up on a couple top 10 lists for Switch games. And I gotta say, the price point for how popular this game is, like, couldn't be beat. It's $20, and the game itself is like a freaking phenomenon, and people say it's like one of the best pick up and play experiences you can get.
It honestly is just a lot of fun. I haven't played it a ton, but I've played it at like parties and events and all. Not on the Switch itself, but I have done it. It's so much fun.
I mean, the game itself has been around as battle cars for like 10 years, so it's nothing new.
Well, yeah. I remember I had this monster truck game for the Wii that was one of those awful games that was $60 to try and trick people parents into buying it. But it had a fun soccer mini game that looks exactly like this.
Okay, so you're going to see firsthand just how terrible I am at this game.
All right.
Oh, God. And I already forgot how to accelerate. That's one thing.
You're just hanging back to get a tactical advantage.
Sure, Pi. That's exactly what I'm doing.
Never admit your mistakes. So always calculated strategic moves.
You know, one of the things I've learned with these Switch games that I haven't played a lot of is to look up online tips. And so one of the tips that I've gotten for Rocket League that I'm trying to employ, as you can see, is kind of switching on and off between ball cam mode.
Yeah. Switching around with the camera, I remember, was always one of the tougher things in this game.
I mean, it's tricky, but at the same time, it gives you a level of freedom.
Yeah.
Come on, God. Oh, God. We're screwed. We're screwed. No, maybe not. Maybe not.
There you go. There you go. Woo! I think the other guy is actually the one that hit it, but I'm going to give you the credit. You saved it.
Okay. I mean, so far in this match, at least I'm hitting the ball more than I usually do. This is very much a physics-based game, which is, it's hard to wrap your mind. Oh my God, how did that not go in?
Yeah, this is a physics-based game, but it's one that feels like it actually works. Whereas a lot of physics-based games wind up being a bit too wonky for something like this.
You know what it kind of reminds me of is it has that Tony Hawk feel to it, oddly enough.
I can see that.
I mean, it's obviously not a skateboarding game, but it's a game that's like a pseudo sports game, but not really. Here we go.
There you go.
There we go. There we go.
Woo!
Obviously, with this, we'll just play one match and then move on.
Yeah. But I get what you mean about the Tony Hawk feel to it. And I agree. It does kind of have that feel to it.
I especially really like the segments where you can like go up the walls. Like, that's a ton of fun.
Oh, yeah. It's a game that looks really like floaty and over the top, but still has a very set list of rules. Dang it.
And that was our own team member, too.
At least it wasn't you.
Yeah, true.
Man, they need to make another Tony Hawk game, like a good one.
I think if they make a Tony Hawk game, it shouldn't employ the Switch strategy of like, hey, we're just going to deconstruct the entire franchise. It should literally just be like an HD collection of the first 4 games.
Well, they did that, actually, but then the game didn't work right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did that, like...
the game's working flawlessly on the Switch, though. Fuck.
Oh, yeah. If it's the old levels or new levels, just go back to Pro Skaters 3 and 4 especially feels like the most when they had it figured out.
Because I feel like they tried to do the open world thing with American Wasteland, and it just didn't it just didn't gel.
Yeah, I want mine a bit bigger levels, but really the size they had in like the underground games was about as big as you need. You don't need open world.
Oh my God. So as you can see, things aren't going too well right now. There we go.
Nice.
this is a game where it's like the more you play it, the more you wrap your head around it, which is nice. It's got a nice progressive learning curve to it.
Yeah. Practice is a lot of what will make this game work. Ooh.
Okay. Oh wait, never mind. Why am I saying that it's our own guys? It's clearly the orange guys that are pinning it in. I'm dumb. There's still time. We can still turn this around.
You got this. Everyone loves an underdog story.
Ah. That was close to doing a cool trick.
All right. So do you have any experience with soccer in real life?
Oh, hell no.
I can feel that answer. I'm not exactly an athlete myself.
Oh, God.
All right, come on. Comeback time.
Ball the hell away. Come on. Come on. Oh, shoot. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Ah. Yeah, I can definitely, like, relate to the twitchiness of this game, you know?
Yeah. It feels like we were talking about earlier with Tony Hawk, because Tony Hawk had that same feel to it of this has its very own unique style of how physics work. Once you get used to it, there's so much you can do with it.
Right, right. Oh, God. Oh, God.
So like,
At
you
this
see
point,
people
I just don't
like
want them to score again. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not even really... You can blow up in this game?
Yeah. Oh. Ah. All right.
Well.
So, Pi, I want you to be more creative. I want you to actually jump around with these selections.
Okay. Let's go to Batman. I like Batman.
You like Batman? All right.
I like Batman.
So Batman, of course, you played the Walking Dead TellTale game, so you know kind of how these work.
Yeah, you make some choices. It's a choose your own adventure. And you play... TellTale at this point just makes fan fiction, but then they get rich off it. A Tumblr user's dream. Has TellTale ever done an original story? That wasn't in someone else's universe? Has TellTale, the company, have they ever done any original stories? Or has it all been in other people's universes?
Didn't they do The Wolf Among Us?
That was based on Fables, the comic series.
Oh, was it? Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've just done fan fiction. Very well done fan fiction.
Okay, I'm not going to spend much time on this. I'll just kind of take you through the opening sequence, just because we all know how TellTale games work. And not to mention, Blue Dragon 5 and I are going to be doing like an episodic playthrough of this game in the future.
Yeah, we'll just do a little bit, show off the game and all. Mm-hmm. Gives an excuse to talk about Batman, things like that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So who's your favorite Batman?
On the channel, Pi, how do you feel about The Dark Knight Rises?
I think it's good. I think it's about as good as Batman maybe not as good as Batman Begins.
Ooh. Watch it.
It's an enjoyable movie with a lot of dumb moments. Honestly, for as much as people wanted to talk about how Christopher Nolan was so superior than the Marvel movies coming out at the time, it feels a lot like a Marvel movie you'd see now.
Mm-hmm.
Just with a Batman skin on it. It's not the same level as Dark Knight or Batman Begins, but it's still good.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So that's a hot button issue on the channel?
Dragon very much defends it. I very much dislike a lot of parts of it.
I'll be in the middle between you two there.
All right. So I will say one thing about this game. It's got an excellent Harvey Dent story.
Harvey Dent's such a great story. It's one of the best Batman villain stories. There's so much you can do with it, too.
And of course, with this being a TellTale game, there's multiple branching paths. So I've only experienced, I've experienced the version of the Harvey Dent story where he doesn't become Two-Face, and that in itself is compelling because he basically becomes Big Bad Harv from the animated series.
Oh, that's interesting.
Where he's got a split personality, so he is kind of Two-Face, just not, he just doesn't have the facial scars.
Yeah. You at least kind of are able to save him.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. This game lets you do that.
Yeah, in episode 2, there's a choice between saving Harvey and saving Selena. And honestly, if you don't save Harvey, then he becomes Two-Face. If you don't save Selena, you still wind up sleeping with Selena in episode 3 anyway. So it's a pretty clear choice.
Well, there you go. It's like in Walking Dead Season 2. Have you played that one?
You know what? I've only played the first season, but I don't mind spoilers, so go ahead.
It's not a real spoiler. It happens in episode 1, I believe. But there's a choice where you can either save an unlikable person or a likable person who's already been bit by a zombie. As much as you want to save the likable person, they've already been bit. What are you going to do?
Right.
And while it's been a long time, I think the unlikable person survives no matter what and stays with you in the game.
And then they will remember if you didn't save him.
Yeah. And then they'll be even more unlikable.
Right.
I like that this game does a bit of the Bruce Wayne stuff too with it.
Okay, the Bruce Wayne stuff is by far the best compelling stuff in the game, Pi. This is Bruce Wayne the game, and that's what I love about it. That to me is the biggest selling point.
I'm really glad that they focus on that, because that's one of the few things that a TellTale game can do that other games really can't. What are they gonna
especially the stuff with Alfred. All the stuff with Alfred is gold.
Oh, that's because Alfred's
there's a lot of it throughout the game.
I mean, let's face it, this is the game to do that, and you can't stop an Arkham game and have 1 second you're scenes and the other second you're just having a 10-minute long conversation with an old British dude.
Exactly. And honestly, the QuickTime events range from, most of them are super easy. There's a couple portions that I got. Most of them are pretty much brainless, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. They make you feel invested in the cutscenes, but there's not much to QuickTime events.
Exactly. There's a fight with Falcone at the end of episode 1 that's rather difficult just because he's throwing so much at you at one time. And it is possible to die in this game.
Well, yeah, of course. Sometimes deaths can be some of the most interesting cutscenes. I wouldn't mind seeing if the battles for this game, if they made them almost look like a rhythm game, we have to tap more on time, go more with the pattern, add a bit more to it than just the watching the cutscene.
Right. Because honestly, Pi, there's certain sections where I just straight up missed the button timing and it still worked just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a playable story that has tiny moments that acts like a game.
Really, with any TellTale game, the appeal here isn't in the combat; it's in the branching paths and the story and the dialogue trees. Like that, the dialogue trees are the true heart of the gameplay.
And I know some people are like, "Oh, that's not a real game. It's just a story." To things like this, or some of the walking simulators that have come out. But
The dialogue trees. There's so many in TellTale games, and they do have real effects on the story, and they do have real consequences.
Yeah.
So
I like
it's a different
interactive
type of gameplay, but it is still one that makes you think.
Yeah. I enjoy things like this. I know Stanley Parable came out a bit ago, and that was one of the first big, like, this is more of a interactive story than a game. Or Undertale had a lot of moments like that, even though there was a gameplay to it. Or like on my channel, I just finished a playthrough of the Doki Doki Literature Club, and that's more of an interactive story than the game, but it still does a lot of interesting and neat things that you gotta do, and there's a couple puzzles you gotta figure out.
Right. One series that I'm kind of surprised TellTale hasn't tackled yet is Dexter.
Ooh. I can see that being really good.
Especially
I only watched like the first season. But... Yeah. I feel like they've been focused more on bigger names lately, though, where Dexter's kind of faded out of the cultural relevance.
Yeah, I feel like they kind of missed the mark on that. Like, when TellTale games were blowing up, they totally could have done a Dexter game.
Would have been a great series for them, I think.
Speaking of series, I've heard nothing but great things about Season 2 of the Batman game. It's not on Switch yet. I'm hoping it comes on Switch once all 5 episodes are released. I think that 4 of the 5 episodes have been released so far.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll release it once it's done. But yeah, the Batman games from right here are incredible.
I'd also really like a port of Arkham Asylum on the Switch.
Oh yeah, they should definitely do an Arkham collection. Like, it might be tough to do the Arkham Knight plus the other games, since that was on PS4, but you could do Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Origins pretty easily, I'm sure.
Dragon and I talked about Arkham Origins, the story of Arkham Origins, for seasonal shenanigans this year. Kind of to tie into Christmas.
Nice. That's actually the one game I haven't played, so I'm not super familiar with that story.
It's a Christmas game.
Oh, well, there you go. There's not many of those.
Yeah, it's basically like the Batman equivalent of a Shane Black movie.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm sold already.
I hope that the Predator movie is somehow set around Christmas.
I feel like it has to be at this point. Was Nice Guys set at Christmas, though?
Yes.
It was? Oh, okay. Yes. I felt so, but it was also before I got in the Shane Black.
It's in LA, but it's not like a huge prominence around Christmas, but yeah, it definitely is.
No, it's just there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've definitely been going through a Shane Black phase lately, where I've been trying to look up more of his movies.
Nice Guys might be my favorite Shane Black movie, in all honesty.
Honestly, that one and Iron Man 3 are the two I keep going back to as my favorites. I'm one of the few people that liked Iron Man 3.
Oh, I love Iron Man 3.
There we go.
I get like Iron Man 3 is kind of like the Last Jedi of Marvel movies, where it's like it took a lot of risks, but I feel like the risks paid off, whereas a lot of people were turned off by the risks.
I can see that. I've been using the Age of Ultron comparison for Last Jedi, because Last Jedi vanilla. Yeah. I just meant because it has the same pacing and tone issues that people blow way out of proportion that with The Last Jedi.
Uh-huh.
But I get what you mean about the taking all the risks and all, because Last Jedi did a lot of creative things.
Right, and so did Iron Man 3.
Exactly. I love the Mandarin twist. It's
Oh,
one of
me
my
too.
it's one of my favorite things the Marvel Cinematic Universe has done.
And yet, if you tell that to the regular Marvel fan, they'll just think you're insane.
Oh yeah. Which I can get comic fans being disappointed by that. And I do think Killian himself could have been a bit stronger of a villain to make up for it, but I have no attachment to Iron Man outside the movies, so I loved it.
Uh-huh. And I don't exactly think the Mandarin is like a fucking Joker level, like iconic legacy villain in comic book history or anything.
No,
That's
no
what I
Iron
never
Man
got
villains.
about people complaining about the twist.
Like, you can talk about him being the equivalent of the Joker for Iron Man all you want. No one knows who that is, and he's been redesigned so many times because he started off as a racist caricature.
Exactly. Exactly. So why not do something radically different with him?
Yeah. And the risk paid off to be really hilarious while still working really well with the story.
All right, I'm almost ready to move on to the next game because you pretty much get the gist, right?
Yeah, you get the gist here. You see the I think we've about finished this opening sequence.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I was
So
kind of waiting for it to cut to the title screen. I think the title screen's coming up, but
it should be
what I
about
like
now,
about
you'd
the
think.
opening scene, as you can see, is it's kind of like cutting back and forth between the Alfred stuff and the action.
Yeah. It looks really smartly and well done.
And speaking of family legacy pie, this Batman story takes a lot of risks. That's all I'll say. They do some stuff with the Wayne family, with Thomas and Martha Wayne, that it's pretty big.
Huh. It's definitely a game I want to look into. How how does the Switch version have you played any TellTale games on other systems?
To tell you the truth, I actually like the controls of the Switch version a little bit better than the other ones.
Okay.
I think it
That's
works better with a standard controller pad.
okay. I played Walking Dead on my tablet actually, so I don't know exactly how it works on the computers. I really liked having the touchscreen controls, so I've been nervous about going to any of the console versions.
Okay, what next, Pie?
Let's do Graceful Explosion Machine.
Oh, man. Okay, I just got this yesterday, Pie, and this might be my new favorite on the system.
Okay.
I
This
mean,
is
obviously,
one.
it's not a killer app in the same way Zelda or Mario is a killer app, but oh god, this is some rock solid shooter action right here.
All right. This is one I know very little about.
I mean, it's a 2D shooter, but you can tell it's got a very distinct art style to it.
Oh yeah.
See those orange things?
Yeah.
Yeah, they power up your orange bar, which is the power up meter, and you basically need to use the power ups in creative ways to get through the waves of enemies, and you need to use the power ups in different times.
Okay. I like it.
And this is only $10, I believe, 10 or 15. It might be 15. Either way, it's got a Nintendo seal of approval quality to it, I feel.
That's good to hear. Because I know games like this. I love games like this, but I also know there's been a lot of, let's say, not as well made ones that have showed up on Steam.
There's a lot of shovelware in this genre.
But this one does look really cool and creative in what it's doing.
This one is very, very, like I said, it's polished.
Yeah.
It feels like a first-party Nintendo game.
Which, let's face it, that's very high praise.
Like, it feels like something that would have come out for the original DS or something like that.
The DS had so many weird and likable games.
Do you remember Feel the Magic?
No, what one's that?
Oh god, that was a series of touchscreen mini games about falling in love, but it was super bizarre. It
Oh,
was
I
like a
do remember
combination
that
of a
one.
WarioWare like mini game collection with a dating simulator.
Yeah, I do
You
remember that
remember
one
that?
now. I never actually played it, but I do remember hearing about that one.
I owned it, Pi. It was a blast. I loved it. It made such good
Nice.
use of all the DS functionality, like the microphone.
That's, oh, I always forget the DS had a microphone because like so few
Uh,
games actually used that, but the ones that did, it was really neat. I
so you
remember
can kind of get
the
a grasp on the different abilities here. The one that I like to use is the missiles because they're all kamikaze and they kind of kill everything in sight.
oh
You
yeah,
can also use this sword that's kind of like a more round attack, or you can hold A to use this beam, which is kind of like a Death Star style. Like,
kill
to tell you
everything.
the truth, the beam is my least favorite because it doesn't do a ton of damage and it drains your energy really quickly.
Mm. But yeah, I like the abilities. I know for my play style, I'd probably wind up using the sword a lot.
The sword is really good for getting out of tight jams. I mean, all three of the abilities have their purpose. Like with the
Yeah,
beam is mostly used for more strong boss type enemies because they can be taken out with one hit with the beam.
nice. It's a good, it's a good varied move set where you can tell there's a lot of thought into. Okay, what
And it's not
voids
too
do we have
overwhelming
that power
either.
up can
That's one of
fill?
the things I like about it.
Yeah, like I watched this, and it's not like a Super Meat Boy type thing where it's going to be trying to make it as difficult as possible. No, it's a game that wants you to play it
It's
and be able to.
challenging. It's definitely challenging, but it's not Super Meat Boy like unfair.
Yeah, no, this definitely looks like a cool one. I love the visuals of it.
The visuals are, yeah, I mean, I think they're definitely the selling point. Also, as you can see, it's kind of like a risk reward factor to go in for the charging crystals
Yeah, because it will get you the
because they
bonus
disappear
by
really
risk.
quickly. So you really need to balance it out.
Yeah,
So all these different mechanics of the game, the special abilities, the charging crystals, uh, they all work in tandem with each other in kind of a beautiful way. Like I said, it feels like first party Nintendo. It's not a AAA first party Nintendo game, but it definitely feels like something Nintendo would make for a handheld, which is of course very appropriate for something like the Switch.
yeah. It looks really smartly balanced with a lot of clever design choices in it. It's a level of balance you don't see too often outside of Nintendo
Uh-huh.
or in indie games, at least.
Yeah, especially like ones this cheap. Like I'll definitely say this is a better purchase than something like Infinite Minigolf. Like Infinite Minigolf isn't nearly as polished as this.
Yeah, which I think that probably goes back to the visuals of this game. They keep them really simple, and that allows you to polish them up a lot and polish the game around them. Whereas Infinite Minigolf just tried to have a lot of cartoony aspects and physics aspects and power ups. It feels like that game start with a list of things it want to do, whereas this game start with the gameplay.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. But don't get me wrong, Infinite Minigolf, I feel like it's a good showcase for a creativity. It's a good tool. I feel like I'll definitely get better at the gameplay as I go along with it, so I'm confident in that.
Oh
I
yeah,
still feel like Infinite Minigolf's a good purchase, especially I need to get to designing my own courses, Pi, because once I know how to use that course maker, I could see myself kind of going nuts with it.
Oh yeah, I love anything that lets you design your own stuff. But yeah, I'm not saying Infinite Minigolf is bad. I'm just saying that, just from my brief impressions at least, it looks like it lacks a bit of that polish.
Sure,
Whereas this
whereas
looks
this is
incredibly well
nothing
polished and
polished.
balanced. Oh yeah. I could see this game maybe getting a bit repetitive, especially as you get to later levels. Because I don't know
But then
how
again,
much they
every
can really.
level brings in new enemies, though.
True, but how different are those enemies level to level?
Well, I mean, for example, you have these things on the walls that are shooting out the red. You know, that's a new enemy from this level that I'm on right now.
True.
And also the environments and the backgrounds get switched up, so
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I could just see myself fading a bit into every level seeming similar.
I hear you. I just feel like this game is just like a classic, like arcadey, you know, like it's not something you're gonna pick up for a Mario Odyssey style, like vegging out, like, you know, oh my god, I'm just going to escape to another world for hours on end. It's just fun.
Oh yeah,
Just hardcore
which is a
fun.
good game for the Switch. If something you just pick up, like I'll take it with me when I go into the library to do homework and be like, all right, once I complete 2 problems or like a third of my homework, I get to take 15-minute break and play some Mario to get a couple moons. If I had this game do a couple levels,
Uh-huh.
it looks like a perfect game for something like that.
Right. Also, one of the things, it's a very simple mechanic, but I really like it, is that once you die on your first life, you just restart the level. So you
Like
have
it
to
doesn't
get to
ask you
phase 2 to continue. And I like that because it very much streamlines the experience and it doesn't give you the frustration of like, oh, great, now I have to go through 3 phases with only 2 lives.
Yeah. That is very nice. It doesn't make you switch it out. It automatically switches out. It's a smart move on their
Exactly,
part.
exactly. All right, what's next?
Let's do Stardew Valley.
Oh, God.
I know that's one you've talked very highly of. I don't know if this is a game we gotta spend a lot of time on the channel on, but I would like to at least show off the farm a bit, things like that.
Yeah, keeping in mind, beyond crop production, my farm's not really too advanced.
Yeah. Oh, you haven't gotten to the point where you've designed your robot army yet? Is that... Sorry if that's a spoiler. Once you get into nuclear warhead development, the game really changes.
Oh, yeah. God.
I would love to do a game like that where, like, you said this has, like, what was it, a 4-year cycle for the game?
3-year cycle.
3 years. So for the first 2.5 years, it's exactly a game like this, like you expect. And, like, halfway through the second year, all of a sudden it's like you get a notice in the mail that US is on the war. Yeah, missiles are coming. And all of a sudden it's a war game where you have to use the same gameplay mechanics to defend yourself.
Oh,
It's
man.
something totally ridiculous like that. Out of nowhere. You better have been stocking up on those crops and food goods, because now you're in a bunker.
Okay, first of all, I absolutely love the music in this game. It's my favorite music on the Switch.
Oh, it's incredible. I love the Stardew Valley soundtrack.
So you check the weather every day. If it rains, that means you don't have to water your plants, which means it frees your day up to do other things.
That's good.
The fortune teller kind of tells you basically how good the stuff like the mine and fishing and stuff is going to be. So luck will not be on your side. That means if I went into the mine, I probably wouldn't find very good stuff.
Okay. That's good that it tells you so you know not to waste your time there.
Right, right.
And it's also an interesting mechanic because it helps encourage you to branch out more instead of just following the more same routine every day. Because you can't just be watering your crops or going to the mine every day, because sometimes you won't have luck or it'll be raining. So
Exactly.
you gotta branch out to the rest of the mechanics. This game just oozes charm.
Oh yeah, very much so. So I mostly just go with 2 crops per season, Pie. I'm not one of those people who likes to have a whole lot of variety. Just because I'm greedy. I like money, Pie, and I like what sells.
Fair enough. I can understand that.
Like, I'm not going to waste my time growing parsnips when I can be growing cauliflower.
Yeah, why would you be growing things that don't make as much money?
So with spring, I go with potatoes because potatoes have the potential to warrant more than 1 plant per grow, which is nice. And then I also go with cauliflowers because cauliflowers are the most valuable plant of the season.
Okay. I like that it does really switch out what plants are good for what season, too.
Oh yeah. Each season you get a completely different plant variety. And winter you can't plant at all.
Yeah, because you can't plant in winter, right?
Yeah, so winter in this game is a grind. It's mostly spent in the mines.
That's neat for realism. I could also see that getting a bit boring.
I like it, but at the same time, I will admit during my first playthrough of like my first winter, there were some days where I was like, okay, wake up, go to sleep. Wake up, go to sleep.
Yeah. It's a neat gameplay mechanic. It adds to the realism and things like that. And it aids, like we were talking about earlier with the rain and all, in making you branch out and diversify what you do. But yeah, it also limits you too.
So I will say Stardew Valley is very much a game about going at your own pace. And what I like about that is that, like, I haven't gotten nearly as much as a lot of people have, like, at their point in this. Like, I haven't gotten any animals on my farm so far. I only started messing around with the mine in winter. Like, I went all through summer and spring without messing around with the mine, or autumn. But at the same time, I still very much feel like I'm making progress. I feel like I'm earning way more money in year 2 of spring than I was in year 1 spring.
That's good. It looks like your farm's coming along nicely. Not that I'm a Stardew Valley expert or anything like that, but this looks like it's coming along good.
Like, there is stuff I can craft that would help me along. There are sprinkler systems, but the thing is, I don't know how to get some of the materials.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things with this game that I kind of pride myself on, Pi, is I do not use any walkthroughs when it comes to this game.
That's good. That's
Because
something I was impressed.
Like it crafts your own experience.
Yeah, you can lose something if you start using walkthroughs here.
Exactly. Like, I know people who play this game with, like, you know, like tabs of every page on the wiki open just in case. But to me, that kind of loses the charm of it. That kind of loses the, you know, just kind of the relaxing element of Stardew Valley.
Exactly. I did that same thing with Mario Odyssey, where I didn't want to get spoiled by trying to use a walkthrough. So there's only like 2, maybe 3 moons in the entire game that I used the walkthrough to get.
Have you gotten all the moons?
I haven't gotten all the ones you buy yet. I just need to grind some coins. But other than that, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I did cheat and use an exploit to do the jump rope.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Other than that, it was all me, but I just played that jump rope for like a solid hour one day and couldn't get above 20, and like, this is just not enjoyable anymore. How can I cheat this?
And I feel like I'm at that same point when it comes to watering my plants, Pie.
Yeah, which now is about the time, like, if you look up how to get a sprinkler system or something like that, no judgment there.
Oh, no, I understand. And like I said, the thing is, I know how to get the sprinkler system. I just don't know how to get certain supplies that are needed for the sprinkler system. And I don't want to just look it up.
Yeah.
So as of now, I'm just assuming that those supplies can be found in the mine.
Hopefully, yeah. Yeah,
But
games
yeah,
are meant to be fun.
I got to admit, like, once I hit my second year of this game, I kind of stopped playing it. Like, not altogether, but, like, I didn't have those, like sessions that would last hours.
Yeah. Well, you've also gotten a couple games, too, lately.
That's true. That's true. Oh my god, I still have so much to water. Okay, you know what? I'm probably not going to save this day anyways. Well, I'm going to finish watering, and then I'm going to go into the saloon, because the saloon is where a lot of the NCPs hang out.
Okay.
So I'll show off the NCPs.
Do you want to, if you're not going to save the game, just go onto the saloon now and come back to water later? Or do you want to keep with the watering and then save the day?
You know what? I think I will save it, just because I'm like halfway done with the watering anyways, so.
Fair enough.
If you don't mind just sitting here watching me do this monotonous task.
Nah, I'm good. Like we were talking about games.
Like, this is part of the charm of Stardew Valley, though, is that it turns these monotonous tasks and makes them, like, you know, engaging in their own odd way.
Yeah, it's a charming experience.
Pi, have you noticed how quickly the time's moving?
Oh, yeah, it's already 3:10. I hadn't noticed that. Man, time really does move pretty quickly.
And that's one of the things I like about the game mechanics, is that the days move fast.
Yeah.
Like, especially on the first day of each season, like, there really is kind of like a mathematical, like, it takes this many days to grow the crops, and you have to work out, like, if it's even worth buying crops at a certain point in the season.
Yeah.
Because once it hits the end of the season, you're done.
Makes sense.
So, you know, like, right now I'm on day 10, and it might not be worth it to even get crops anymore. Because as you can see, I'm already spending a buttload of time watering the stuff that I do have, and crops roughly take about
time you could be doing in the mines to look for things for the sprinkler system, or time spent with NPCs in the village, or fishing, or anything like that.
Well, fishing I've just given up on because I suck at it.
Fair enough.
Which is totally fine, because this game absolutely allows you to get the freedom of that. Yeah. Like, it's possible to play this game as a fisherman and just make money off the fishing.
Yeah. It's neat how much freedom they give you in this game. It's the type of game where you can play it just about any way, but also if you want to be a type of person who looks up a walkthrough, there's also definitely preferred ways to make it through that you can use.
Right, which I'm sure I'm not playing at an advanced level right now. Like, I'm sure as of now, I'm just kind of barely scraping by. But you know what? That barely scraping by quality is compelling. Oh, shit. Yeah. Oh, I need to eat something.
Oh.
See that energy bar?
Yeah. What is the energy bar?
Energy bar is kind of like the key to the game.
I can see that your cat is named Michael Sarah.
Yes.
That's awesome. I have a friend who had never seen Arrested Development, and I was just watching some of the first episodes with him the other day. It's so weird looking back at Michael Sarah in that show. Just like 12 or whatever. He still looks like he's 12, but he somehow looks like a different 12-year-old. He looks like he somehow hit.
Some of these plants are on the verge of blooming. Some of them I just started.
Yeah. It's all staggered, so that way you don't get all your money at one time and then have to budget it out. You get money every now and then whenever they grow.
Exactly. Because in this game, there is very much a quality of, like, you spend money to make money to spend money to make money.
Oh, yeah. Which I like mechanics like that.
Okay, I'm done watering, thank God. Literally one more square. There, okay. Woo. Now I'm going to use one of my teleportation stones to go to the beach to forage really quick.
I love that effect.
And foraging is honestly one of my favorite parts of the game because there's just so many little things you can find just laying around.
It's cool. It's one of those things that it reminds me a lot of like Animal Crossing, but on a much bigger scale.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. One of the first things you do in the game is you collect 300 pieces of wood to get this bridge. And then this bridge gives you access to this island, which has stuff to forage every day. And that's one of the first, like, steady sources of income you have.
Nice. Which, if I remember correctly, your property starts off pretty much covered in trees, so
yeah, your property
collecting the wood.
You have no gold. So you have to work just to be able to buy seeds.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, you gotta chop down those trees, and that helps get the wood to help open that up, so it's still the main goal of starting the farm anyways.
All right, so let's go into the pub and see what NCPs are hanging out over there.
All right.
If I can find the pub. Also, I just got a lot of shells, so I'll be able to gift them to the NCPs.
There you go. Everyone likes shells.
Okay, where is this thing? God, it's going to close soon.
What time does it close?
Midnight.
Ooh. Race against the clock here.
I know, right? There's Kent. I'll give Kent a present. That's kind of
you look like a Backstreet Boy.
Okay, seriously, how did I not find the Stam pub? I don't think I'm going to do it. Yeah, whatever.
It's going to be close.
There's also kind of a measured system of, like, when you go to bed, you'll start losing energy for the next day. So, like, if you go to bed, like, after midnight, you'll lose energy.
Huh. That's a neat mechanic, that you can't just stay up all night and things like that.
Well, if you stay up past 2 a.m., you just straight up pass out.
I was wondering about that watching you, how that works. Like, if you can stay up all night, but you just have to keep eating to gain more and more energy. Or if you need to rest every night.
Okay, level 6 foraging.
Nice. That level 6 foraging will really help when the World War VII breaks out in Stardew Valley.
God. Okay, I'm just going to quickly check and see how my crops are coming along, and then we'll move on to the next game.
Sounds good. So, with this having originally been a PC game, how does it feel ported to the Switch? I don't know if you ever played the PC one, but are you, like, missing anything?
I haven't played the PC one. I can honestly imagine it being a little easier to control. And there was a learning curve to the controls here, but once I got a hold of it, I was just ready to go.
Okay. That's good. That's something I'm always concerned with when I see, especially a game like this that has a lot of management and things like that that don't always work as well with consoles.
Right. And with this, it's mostly just switching around the menus. That's, like I said, it's kind of tricky to get a hold on, but once you do, I mean, as you can see now, there's still, like, there's, like, stuff like inventory is a little hard. Like, I imagine inventory would be a lot better to manage on the, but...
Yeah. But overall, I like this. That's one thing that I liked about the Wii U, that I don't think it was enough to save the console, but in general, I liked that the Wii U had the touchscreen. I thought that worked really well with, like, menus and things like that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, where to next?
Let's do Shovel Knight. It's one of my favorite games.
Okay, and it's one of the games that I struggle with because it's very difficult.
It's not an easy game. I went through a big Shovel Knight phase, and then I still pick it up every now and then to try and play. I actually have a video right now on my channel of I tried to play that as a Let's Play on the Pi Plays, but realized that my recording software on my computer or whatever wasn't working well with it, so it has a frame rate of like 1 frame every 3 seconds.
Ooh.
So yeah, that video is going to be coming down next time I'm at my, well, probably after I get off here while I'm at my laptop. Which is a shame, because I love this game. I was looking forward to doing a playthrough.
And I'm trying to adjust my camera, sorry.
Yeah, it's no worries.
There we go.
I love the pixel art style with this. It looks so nice.
And I'm really not going to spend a ton of time on this because everyone knows what Shovel Knight is.
Yeah. Even if you don't know what Shovel Knight is going into this, you just look at it for like a couple seconds and you understand it. It's a knight. He has a shovel. It plays and feels like an old NES game, but if they were better. This is also probably one of the tougher levels in the game.
Oh, is it really?
I mean, maybe not overall, but it's like also like the first tough level, so you're still getting used to the game.
Right.
And that's one thing you want to be careful of, is those tombs. If you break them, you summon the ghost, and so you don't have to
noticed.
ghost enemies. This is, for me at least, this was the first level to give me trouble. And once I got used to it, it didn't give me trouble for a while after.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, as of now, this level kind of like, it's kind of got me at a little bit of a roadblock for progression.
Yeah. Once you get past this, then you got, then it'll get a little easier, hopefully.
Okay, that's actually really good to know.
Yeah.
Because I would like to play through a lot more of this game, because obviously I'm still very short into it.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely worth playing, but this is a tough one. This is not an easy game. Do you have the Grapple Chalices? Both of them. Have you bought those yet? So. Okay. In the village, underneath the.
I haven't got to the village yet.
You haven't got to the village yet?
I don't think so.
You can go to the village after you beat the first stage.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then you can get your meal ticket to get yourself a bit more health, or buy some items to use. Okay, that'll make things a lot easier. Just make sure you save money for the Grapple Chalices. I think they're like 25 gold, 2,500 gold a piece, something like that. But a guy sells them in the underneath the place where you buy the food. And then you can take those to the Grapple at the Grapple Pond, and he'll fill them up with a healing potion.
Okay.
That's how you can heal yourself.
Yeah, you're right. That would make things a lot easier.
Yeah. Not that it's like an unlimited source of health or anything like that, but
Sure.
it's still something. I think you can also,
as
if
you
you
can
want,
tell, I'm straight up not good at this game.
it's a game that takes some practice. I don't know how much experience you have with side scrollers before this one either.
You know, it's funny. I have a lot of experience with 16-bit side scrollers, but not a lot with 8-bit. And 8-bit is just a different feel.
It definitely does have its own feel. It's its own beast. Other than Shovel Knight, I'm much more familiar with 16-bit too.
Like, I've never really been able to get into Mega Man because of the learning curve.
I played one Mega Man, and then all the other ones just looked like the same game, so I haven't played more than just the one Mega Man yet.
But
it's a fun game once you get used to it. Oh yeah. Wait, don't go up. Go back down. Bottom right, there's a skull in the wall. Try hitting it. There you go. There's a lot of secrets in this game.
Oh god, this is tough though.
Yeah, but there's a chest in here, which means I think you probably get a new item if you beat it. No, it's just the power-ups. You can hit the wall to your right to get out.
Oh,
that works too. This game definitely has its own feel with like getting used to finding the secrets and the power-ups and things like that. Because this is a game with a lot of secrets, and honestly, especially as you get farther in the game and you need to buy more things, getting the secrets is almost necessary, because, yeah, like that, I would die a lot, so I need to find the secrets to get money to make up for all the times I died trying to find the secrets.
Okay, can I just go to the hub world now?
Yeah, return to map. Did you know that you can break the checkpoints?
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah, so you can just go right to the village there. Yeah, if you break the checkpoints, you get money, but then they don't work as checkpoints. So you can do a bit of risk and a reward challenge there, too.
Okay, I like that, although I'll probably never use it since I'm so bad.
I mean, I thought that too.
Go?
Just go down that ladder. I thought that too, but by the time I beat the game, I wanted to try and do a no checkpoint run. Then to the right.
This guy?
No, he's in the right room to your right.
Oh.
That's left.
This guy?
No, the other way. Not this room, but the other side. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Spin a bit. There you go, the guy with the apple hat. And the guy that looks like a genie will also sell you items too. And you just press up to talk. The guy who looks like a frog will tell you bad puns. So that's delightful too.
Okay, what would you recommend?
If you have the money, I would recommend buying both of them.
I don't have the money.
Do you have money to buy one?
Yes.
It's just the empty chalice, right?
Yes.
Yeah, buy at least one for now.
Does it matter which one?
They should be the same, I believe.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so now you can... oh, have you been handing in your music sheets, too?
What?
Or have you collected any? Have you collected any sheet music?
Not that I can recall.
Okay, keep an eye out for those, because you can sell them to the guy with the guitar upstairs somewhere in the village, and I think you get like 500 apiece for them.
Okay.
But yeah, for now, we'll just go to the Trout Bowl and do that, and then we'll probably go on to the next game. You guys have to go.
Where?
Leave the village. We're going to fill you up your chalice with some health potion. Up and to the right. Now you got to go down, right, up, right. To the little tree up there.
Here?
There you go. Yeah.
Oh, shit. Huh. Yeah, you see, I'm glad we're doing this, because I would have never known about this.
Okay, there's a lot to this game that is just kind of like explore and see what you can find. I think you might have just died. If you jump to the other part of the bridge, then you can talk to him. And I always go with health myself, but you can do any of the ones. Yeah, this is a very useful thing, and there's a lot of things in the village, like different spells you can get, or the meal tickets that can raise your health, the magic. Oh, so even if you just get really stuck, you can go back to old levels and grind for gold, and then go back to the village to buy. I love his little dance. Trouble King rides that line between adorable and stupid looking.
Right. Isn't there DLC based on Trouble King?
I don't think based on him, but I know they've been doing a lot lately. I'm behind on playing those.
And that's the thing, is that I have Treasure Trove, which is essentially a season pass with all the DLC on it. So there's a couple other game modes that I just haven't touched.
Well, the DLC is free even if you don't have that, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Because I got it automatically on my Steam. I saw when I opened it up the other day to try and record it. But yeah, you can play as the different villains that you face here. Like, you can play as, they have a Plague Knight playthrough and a Spectre Knight. I think King Knight is coming.
Plague Knight is what I was thinking of, yeah.
Yeah. So
okay, so what was the benefit of what I just did?
If you ever get low on health, you can now drink that chalice and it will heal you to full health.
Okay, and how do I drink it?
It's just, have you used any items yet?
No.
Okay, press the minus button. That'll bring up your menu. You just select that, and
Gotcha.
it's hold up on the control pad and then press the shovel button, I believe.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Okay, we can skip the Super Mario Brothers one because I mean it's Mario Brothers.
Yeah. If you want, we could even always just come back and do the second half of the games another time, because we still have Odyssey, Splatoon, Sonic Mania, Tetris, Fast RMX, Mario Rabbids, Lego City.
That's a good call. I think that's a good call, Pi. We're just going to go ahead and call it a day. I guess look for Switch's Love, Switch's Life Part 2 coming. Yeah, that's the name of this.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, we still have to talk about Kingdom Battle, too. My God.
Yeah, we are only halfway through your game collection so far.
Okay, so what games have we covered? I guess just these, because they go in order. So we covered Shovel Knight, Stardew, Graceful Explosion Machine, Batman, TellTale, Rocket League, Infinite Minigolf, and Zelda.
A lot of great games.
Yeah. Are you sure you don't want to do one more? Because I think that would get us to the halfway point.
All right, sounds good. What do you think would be a good game to close it out on?
Hey, let's show off Fast RMX.
Let's do it. This is a game I haven't actually played, but I was watching a couple of videos when you told me about it the other day, and it looks really fun.
Yeah, to me, it's like, as I've said, it's the closest thing that we're going to get to F-Zero anytime soon.
Oh, yeah.
I love the announcer guy. He sounds so smooth.
A good announcer is the type of thing that really sells a game like this. Like, I'm convinced that at least half the appeal of Smash Brothers is that announcer who says the character's name when you start the match. But yeah, this looks just like F-Zero. Really fun game I'll be awful at when I play it.
And to tell you the truth, this is a similar experience, but I dig it anyways.
Oh, yeah.
At least with, unlike F-Zero, this doesn't have the health bar, which always screwed me up.
Oh, that's good change.
There are more chances to fall off the course here than in F-Zero.
Still, I'd take that over the health bar. As far as will make it easier for me, at least.
So, do you see how I'm switching between orange and blue?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a main gameplay mechanic of the game.
So, like if you're blue and you hit blue power-ups, you go faster, but if you hit orange power-ups while you're blue, you go slower.
Precisely.
It's a neat mechanic.
I think it's a really clever mechanic because it makes the whole challenge of the game basically course memorization, which is a totally different approach to racing.
Yeah. Its memorization helps you a lot, or just very fast reaction times.
Reaction time helps to a certain extent, but I feel like in order to master this game, in order to get first place on the races, you really have to memorize it. Like, that is kind of essential.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Toad got you again. That was the same jump, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
But no, it's a really cool mechanic to add into the racing game. That's something we need in the next Mario Kart. I need to think of some new mechanic to really shake things up a bit.
Well, I've been saying in the new Mario Kart what they should do is they should have an open world map.
Oh, I'd love that. Like Diddy Kong Racing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Like Kong Racing.
I'd be happy if the next Mario Kart just completely and shamelessly stole everything from Diddy Kong Racing and let me fly a plane against people in boats and things like that. Have the power-ups that stack as you get more of the same kind. Diddy Kong Race, of all the things that fell to the race side and game franchises that just fell away when Rare and Nintendo split, Diddy Kong Racing is probably my
Do you remember
biggest
they were
loss.
Banjo Pilot?
Yeah. There was a lot of things they were going to do, but then they split with Nintendo and couldn't do any of them.
So I love the track designs in these things. I feel like they're filled with really good world building, and also they feel like roller coasters at the same time.
Oh yeah, this game's a beauty to look at.
Oh yeah. I think for me, for my money, this is the best looking game on the Switch.
Yeah. I personally would go Zelda still, but I think this is more higher end graphics.
I think Zelda has better design aesthetics to it.
But this has the better graphics.
Exactly, whereas this has the better resolution and frame rate and all that.
That one I'll give you.
Because, I mean, that is one thing about this game, is that it's silky smooth. Like, one of the
It
games
has
we
to be
haven't
going
talked about yet is Lego City Undercover. And that game is fun. It's basically Lego GTA, but
nice.
it's got some frame rate issues. It's not the most. It doesn't have the best controls by any stretch. Whereas this game is just, it's buttery smooth. It's hard. This game's definitely difficult, but the difficulty comes from you. It doesn't come from the game itself breaking.
That is just a sign of a well-designed game. Like, I have a test I do on platformers of whether or not I'm bad at the platformer or that game, or whether or not it's the game that just has some problems with its controls. I call it the Mario test. Would this be difficult in the Mario game? No? Okay, then the game's bad. But with this, it's like if this was Nintendo, it plays so well that if you die, it's totally your fault. It's not the game having a lack of polish.
And also, I feel like it's not super hard to the point of being like unplayable. Where like you've noticed, like I've fallen off of cliffs and I've not like fallen completely to the back of the pack, you know?
Yeah. I'd imagine there's like more difficult races and things like that later on, or you can change the difficulty setting.
Oh, but sure, yeah. Right now I'm playing on novice mode for sure. But I feel like it's very important to have a novice mode in there for people who are just starting out.
Exactly. Especially with a game like this, where it could take a lot of time to get used to the switching between blue and orange, to getting used to the fast-paced racing.
Right. I think I got first. Yeah.
I think you did, yeah. There we go. We get to end the episode on a victory.
All right, we'll play one more race. I'm in the middle of a cup.
Okay. Oh, this level just looks pretty.
A lot of the motif of the visuals is a combination between nature and machinery. A lot of it reminds me of the Wooded Kingdom from Mario Odyssey.
I love the Wooded Kingdom, the look of it and all. They just did such a good job with that one. Anytime you
I really need to get back into Mario Odyssey because I took a break from it after I beat the main quest. Like I haven't gone moon hunting.
Yeah, there's a lot to go back and do, and it keeps being fun when you go back and do it too. It doesn't feel like you're just grinding for moons.
Damn it. So you can tell I'm not as familiar with this course, so, you know, the switching is not as easy.
Still really cool, though. Like, you're still doing pretty good, even if it's now just purely based on reaction.
Well, now I'm doing terribly.
It's not like it's a 100% disaster if you don't have the course memorized. It's not the best race I've ever seen, but you're still doing pretty good overall.
Right. Well, I mean, to be fair, I'm in the back of the pack and by a pretty considerable margin. I avoided all those hazards, at least. That's good.
Yeah. You're in the back of the pack, but there's hope of catching up. Like, see, you're right back here. It's not like you're getting lapped by everyone or anything like that.
I made that jump. Good. I still might be able to get something out of this.
You know, a game this weirdly almost reminds me of? I'm not even sure if I can fully explain why.
Wipeout?
No, but yeah, that one too. I was going to say, do you ever play Split Second for the PlayStation 3?
No, I haven't.
It was a kind of flew under the radar type game, but it was a racing game in cars where you would race around cities, but the cities were all rigged with explosives pretty much. And as you got points for like drifting and things like that, you could set off explosions, and some of them would be smaller things where you just like hit your opponents, then others would be like big things like knocking down a building, and then you could use that and it would completely change the race course for the rest of the race.
Uh-huh.
There you go, back and first. But it had the same appeal of trying to memorize the racetracks and where the best places to use your abilities were to help you gain and get ahead.
Right. Yeah, I can see that.
But yeah, Fast RMX, that definitely looks cool.
And it's only $20 too.
That's really reasonable for a game like this. I could have seen this. I could have seen them do like very easily a little bit of like filler content added in and make it a $60 release. It's nice of them to have had that control there.
Uh-huh. Now, having said that, once I get my hands on Mario Kart, which I'm waiting till I go on my Disney World trip, 33 days, 33 freaking days. Oh my God.
Nice.
But once I go on my Disney trip, I'm going to be getting Mario Kart to veg out on the plane. And I will admit, I am worried that there's going to be a factor of like, once I have Mario Kart, is Fast RMX just completely going to go by the wayside? Because as it stands now, just because of the difficulty curve of it, it is one of the games in my library that I haven't been playing as much. But whenever I do pick it up, it is still very satisfying, very fun. It is good for quick gameplay bursts. It does have an online component, but I feel like the online component isn't nearly as well refined as something like Splatoon 2.
Yeah.
Or even, to tell you the truth, or even something like Infinite Minigolf. The online component really is kind of a beta phase right now. But still, it's a very good game. So
okay, it looks cool, but it is type of thing. Me personally, like you seem like type of person who likes to switch between a lot of different games, whereas I tend to be a one, maybe two games at most style player at a time.
And that's the thing, Pi. That's the thing that I love about the Switch, and this is kind of like the last point we'll hit here, is, I mean, I love that for a system called the Nintendo Switch, I can have all these great quality titles all in one place and be able to switch between them so fast. Like, you know, I was just playing Fast RMX. Let me fucking load up some Tetris.
I've never had a system where the user interface for switching around between different programs and games was so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Between different control styles, or switching between on the TV or portable. They did such a good job making this so intuitive and quick and easy to do.
Bam, like 30 seconds, Pi, 30 seconds, and I'm already freaking playing Tetris.
Yeah. That's not even like 30 seconds from the time you stopped to the time you got to the title screen here. That was 30 seconds from playing one game to actually playing this game.
Exactly. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. And it did it without sacrificing anything else in the game, too, or in the system.
Okay, Pi, we'll go more in depth on Puyo Puyo Tetris. There is more to Puyo Puyo Tetris than just like, hey, you got Puyo Puyo and you got Tetris. I will say, besides Splatoon 2, this is definitely my favorite online game from the Switch so far. But I want to kind of cut it off here because, of course, we're going a little bit longer than you and I usually go, and there's a ton more to get into. But thank you for joining us, everyone, and remember, Switch is love. Switch is life.